Another type of mark making I'd like you to use is some hatching and cross hatching. And you can see where I've used these in a few areas on the skull and in some of the shadows. I'm going to add some to this shadow, and I want my lines to kind of move in the direction that I feel the shadow is moving. I'm not going to take my finger and smudge this all together. I want the individual lines to show. I think that it makes the work look more professional and sophisticated. Next, I'll add more value to this cavity here to give it depth. You can use your kneaded eraser to go back in and clean up edges. So here I've taken the eraser and kind of made it into a little point to pull that out. You can also tap it on there like this if you feel you have too much charcoal on there and you want to soften it or pull some of it out. As I'm working through these final details, I'm keeping my eye on my photograph to make sure I'm adding what I want to add and paying attention to the value. Here I'm doing a little cross hatching over the top of that shadow, pulling out some with my eraser. And I feel like I need to go in and add some details to these eye sockets. And you notice I'm putting my piece of paper here so that I can have my hand on there and not smear the charcoal. I've noticed that this shadow in the background is really not dark enough. So I'm going to add some hatching as well as some cross hatching. If you're not comfortable with hatching and cross hatching, practice it a little bit so that you feel like you can get in there and make those lines. There's some hatching and then some cross hatching across the top. Again, notice I'm not doing any smearing with my fingers. Add some detail to this piece of driftwood in the front. I also think it's a good idea to prop your drawing up occasionally and look at it as a whole and see where you need to add some darker darks. I'll add charcoal to a few of the areas, but not everywhere. I think if you work it evenly all over the whole thing, then it kind of loses its visual impact. But I'll put some on the oranges and a few other spots.